One of the most powerful features of Google Docs is the ability to share a document with another person or with a group of people. You can choose to give the other person rights to edit your document, or you can just let them view the document. You can make the document public to everybody, or you can specify the people that you want to make the document that you want to share the document with. So in this tutorial, we'll look at some of the different ways that you can share a document with somebody else. There are two ways that you can go about sharing a document. First, you can go to the File menu and select Share. Or you can click the blue Share button. Now if you hover over this blue button, it's going to tell you what the document settings are right now. So you'll notice that I have shared this document with one other person, and they are required to sign in. So that's the share settings that I have already established. Let's go ahead and click on that blue Share button. This will bring up your share settings, and there are some different options we have here. Right now, this document is private, which means only I can view it, and people that I have listed below can access it. If we click Change, we're going to get some options. Right now, and by default, all Google Docs documents are set to private unless you change it. If we select Public on the web, that means anyone on the internet can find and access this document. They do not have to sign in to be able to find it, or to be able to access it. Notice down here, the access level, we can set up different access levels. So by default, if we select Public on the web, they can view the document, but they would not be able to change it. Now we can set those access levels differently. So if we click on this, notice that we can allow them to comment on the document. So they would be allowed to make comments on the document, but they would not be able to edit the document if we choose Can Comment. If we choose Can Edit, then anybody on the internet who finds the document would be able to edit the document. If we select anyone with the link, then we would have to share the link to the document with them, and they would be able to edit it. Again, by default, they are only allowed to view it unless we change it, and we have the same options there. So if you make any changes here, you want to go ahead and click Save. And we're going to go back to our share settings. Now you'll notice here that I have shared this document with somebody else, and I have allowed them to edit it. Down here at the bottom, we have an option to add people, where we can enter their name, the email address, or the group. So if I click here, I can actually choose people from my contacts, or I can just type in their address if I know what it is. So if I want to share this document with my friend Jane Doe, I'm going to type in her email address. Then I can specify what Jane can do with the document once she gets it. She can edit the document if I have that one selected, or I can let her just comment on it. So maybe I'm asking for her suggestions on a document. I can set it to Can Comment. Or maybe I just want Jane to be able to look at the document. Then I would choose Can View. So your editing preferences are the same down here as they were for when we looked at the Change feature up here. If you check this box, and by default that is checked, then Jane Doe will get an email saying that she has a document to look at. If you want to add your own message to the default message that Google sends, you can click Add Message. You can send a copy of the email to yourself, or you can paste the item itself into the email. Those are your options there. Now, when you share this document, anybody that you share it with will be allowed to add people and change the permissions, whether they can edit or just view it. If you don't like that, then you can click Change, and that will not let them share the document with somebody else. So let's go ahead and click Share and Save. And the document is being shared. Now we'll go ahead and click Done. Now, if you get a document that is shared with you, what you will get is an email message. If you selected the option to send them an email, they will get an email message that looks like this, and they'll get a link to the document. So they would click on this and it would open up in Google Docs and then allow them to either view it or edit it, whatever you gave them rights to do. When the owner shares a document with somebody else, they will be able to see how many other people are viewing the document. So you can see right up here in the upper right hand corner underneath the comments button, I can tell that one other viewer is viewing my document. And any changes they make will be listed in green. And so down here I can see their little green marker. This is where their cursor is in the document. And if they were to start typing in the document, I would be able to see as they typed, I would be able to see exactly what they were typing. So, and I can have multiple people editing this same document. I will have the number of viewers up here, and each viewer or each person who is editing the document will have a different color here on my document so that I can tell who is editing the document and who is making changes. So Google Docs makes it very easy to allow other people to collaborate with you on a document. So no longer do you have to send email attachments back and forth and save multiple copies of the document. You can simply share the document with them through Google Docs.